Picture this, a team that started 1-8, now striking fear into the hearts of WNBA powerhouses. The Indiana Fever's rise isn't just surprising, it's revolutionary. And at the heart of this basketball rebellion, unsung heroes Lexie Hull and Kelsey Mitchell.
Clark lobbing it in. Boston draws two in the corner. Hull, you bet!
Miss beats everyone to it. Kelsey Mitchell pays.
Let's talk about that 1-8 start. The Fever looked like just another struggling team, easy to write off and forget. But here's where it gets interesting. They flipped the script, winning 11 of their next 17 games. Talk about a comeback. This unexpected surge has the entire league on notice. Now, you might be wondering about the Fever's stars, Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston. They're the cornerstones, no doubt. But there's more to this story. Hull and Mitchell, they're the secret weapons, the X factors turning heads and changing games. How did these two become the talk of the league? Stick around. We're about to show you why the Fever are now the team no one wants to face. Before that, please don't forget to subscribe. Subscribing helps us bring more Caitlin Clark content to awesome viewers like you.
And that's where you brought up the Fever. I think what I've learned in my WNBA experience is pace of play trumps physicality, it trumps size, it can trump experience, because a lot of times...
You've heard about the Fever's star power, but what about the player who's silently changing their defensive game? Lexie Hull's presence on the court improves the team's defense by 3.5 points per 100 possessions. What's her secret? And why are opponents suddenly scared to face her? Let's talk about Lexie Hull, the Fever's hidden gem who's been lighting up the court in ways no one saw coming. Remember when she was just another name on the bench? Those days are long gone. Hull's journey from bench warmer to game changer is the stuff of WNBA legend. Picture this. A player who couldn't find her rhythm beyond the arc suddenly becomes a three-point sniper. That's Hull's story in a nutshell. Since the Olympic break, she's been on fire, hitting a mind-blowing 70% of her three-pointers. Compare that to her previous career average of 22.2%, and you've got yourself a flamethrower. But Hull's impact goes way beyond just putting points on the board. She's become the Fever's defensive anchor, improving the team's defensive rating by 3.5 points per 100 possessions when she's on the floor. That's not just good, it's game-changing. Head coach Christy Sides couldn't stop singing Hull's praises. Lexie stayed locked in and ready to go when her number was called, Sides said. She's just done everything that we needed to do to get these wins and to be successful. Talk about stepping up when it matters most. Want to know just how far Hull's come? Look no further than her performance against the Seattle Storm. She didn't just play well, she exploded for a career-high 22 points, nailing 6 out of 7 three-pointers. That's not just hot shooting, that's setting the net on fire. Hull's energy on the court is like a spark that lights up the whole team. Since the Olympic break, lineups featuring her have outscored opponents by a whopping 49 points. That's not just contributing, that's dominating. Hull's recent performances have turned her into the Fever's secret weapon, the player opponents didn't see coming but now can't ignore. On defense, Hull's on lockdown. Always there, always causing trouble. She's constantly disrupting plays, deflecting passes, and creating turnovers. It's no wonder the Fever's defense looks so much better with her on the floor. And get this, Hull's newfound three-point prowess has earned her a nickname from teammate Aaliyah Boston. Sexy Lexie for 3 all day, every day. When your teammates start giving you catchy nicknames, you know you've made it. If you think Caitlin Clark is awesome, can you do us a simple favor? If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe. This helps us bring more content to awesome viewers like you. Wouldn't you like that? Awesome! Speaking of threes, there's another Fever player who's been lighting it up from beyond the arc. But unlike Hull's recent hot streak, this player's been a scoring machine all season long. Kelsey Mitchell's putting up numbers that are forcing us to rethink what's possible in the WNBA. The question is, can anyone stop her? Let's talk about Kelsey Mitchell, the Fever's unstoppable scoring force. While Hull's been making waves with her defensive skills and newfound three-point accuracy, Mitchell's been on a whole different level. We're not just talking about a good game or two. We're talking about a scoring explosion that's leaving jaws on the floor. Picture this. Mitchell's averaging over 25 points per game in August. That's not just good. That's elite-level scoring. But here's where it gets wild. She's not just putting up points. She's doing it with incredible efficiency. We're talking about a player who's hitting 49.3% from the field and 40.7% from three-point range during this stretch. Those aren't just numbers, they're a statement. But Mitchell's not content with just personal glory. She's using her scoring prowess to elevate the entire team. The Fever are now playing at a blistering pace, ranked 5th in the league for speed. And guess who's at the heart of this fast-paced offense? You got it, Kelsey Mitchell. Her ability to score quickly and efficiently is keeping defenses on their toes and opening up opportunities for her teammates. Now, you might be thinking, sure, she's scoring a lot, but is she consistent? Well, let me blow your mind. Mitchell has set a franchise record with 5 consecutive 20-point games. That's right, she's not just having a good week, she's rewriting the Fever's history books. Head coach Christy Sides couldn't contain her excitement when talking about Mitchell. She said, "Kelsey Mitchell is special." And you know what? She's absolutely right. Mitchell's confidence and shooting ability have become the backbone of the Fever's recent success. But here's the thing that's really got the league shaking in their boots. Mitchell's not doing this alone. Her chemistry with rookie sensation Caitlin Clark is growing by the game. Imagine trying to defend against not one but 2 scoring threats who can light it up from anywhere on the court. It's a nightmare for opposing teams. And when the game's on the line, that's when Mitchell really shines. The Fever are 8-4 when she scores 20 points or more this season. In a recent nail-biter against the Connecticut Sun, Mitchell dropped 23 points, leading her team to a crucial 84-80 victory. That's the kind of clutch performance that turns good players into legends. So, what does all this mean for the Fever? It means they've got a player who can single-handedly change the course of a game. It means they've got a scorer who's not just putting up numbers, but doing it when it matters most. And most importantly, it means they've got a leader who's setting the tone for the entire team. Individual talent is one thing, but championship teams are built on something more. What happens when you combine Hull's defensive prowess with Mitchell's scoring touch? The Fever are cooking up a recipe that's making the rest of the league nervous. You've seen Hull's defensive dominance and Mitchell's scoring explosion, but that's just the beginning. These two aren't just playing well, they're elevating the entire Indiana Fever squad. Let's talk about Caitlin Clark for a second. This rookie sensation is dishing out assists like they're going out of style, leading the league with 8.2 per game. But here's the kicker. Who's on the receiving end of those dimes? You guessed it, Boston, Mitchell, and Hull. Clark's court vision is opening up scoring opportunities left and right, and her teammates are cashing in big time. Now picture this, a team that started the season 1-8 suddenly becoming the hottest ticket in the WNBA. That's the Indiana Fever for you. They've gone from easy wins to must-watch TV, and it's not just because of their star power. It's the whole package. Mitchell's scoring, Hull's defense, Clark's assists, and Boston's presence in the paint. It's a basketball symphony, and every player is hitting the right notes. But don't take my word for it. The Fever have been taking down some of the biggest names in the league. Atlanta and Chicago, beaten. Phoenix boasting 3 Olympic gold medalists, conquered. Playoff contenders Seattle and Connecticut, both sent packing. These aren't just wins, they're statements. The Fever are proving they can hang with the best, and they're doing it with style. You might be wondering, what's the secret sauce behind this turnaround? Well, head coach Christy Sides has an answer for you. She says, these guys put in the work, just getting better, growing as a team. It's not rocket science, folks. It's good old-fashioned hard work and teamwork paying off in a big way. But here's where things get really interesting. The Fever aren't just winning games, they're striking fear into the hearts of their opponents. WNBA legend Sue Bird, who's seen it all in her career, recently dropped a truth bomb. She said the Fever are a team no one wants to face, especially in the playoffs. When a legend like Bird is sounding the alarm, you know something special is happening in Indiana. And let's not forget about the fans. The Fever have become one of the most popular teams in the league almost overnight. Attendance is up, excitement is through the roof, and it's all because of the electric play of Mitchell, Hull, and their teammates. They're not just winning games, they're winning hearts. So, what does all this mean for the rest of the league? It means trouble with a capital T. The Fever have found their groove, and they're playing with the kind of confidence that can carry a team deep into the playoffs. They're fast, they're skilled, and most importantly, they're hungry. Think about it. Who wants to face a team with Mitchell's scoring ability, Hull's lockdown defense, Clark's playmaking, and Boston's inside presence? Good luck with that. From 1-8 to playoff contenders, the Indiana Fever's transformation is nothing short of remarkable. They've clawed their way to a 15-16 record, sitting pretty in 7th place. But it's not just about the numbers, it's about the fear they're instilling in opponents. Hull and Mitchell have turned into the league's most unexpected dynamic duo. Pair them with Clark's playmaking and Boston's dominance in the paint, and you've got a recipe for success that's making the rest of the WNBA nervous. So, what's next for the Fever? They're not just aiming for a playoff spot, they're eyeing the crown. With their blend of young talent and veteran leadership, they're poised to shake up the postseason. The question isn't if they'll make an impact, but how far they'll go. One thing's for sure, the Indiana Fever are no longer underdogs, they're the team to watch. Are you ready to be part of history? Let us know in the comments. Like and subscribe so you never miss out on the latest news. Click the video on the screen, and we will see you in the next one.